Okay, hi Aarav. You can start by telling us why you're standing for the sports psych position.
Okay, I'm standing for the position because I've been playing sports all my life and seeing the situation of mental health on a campus. And I feel a sense of responsibility to do something for it. And I believe sports and fitness culture as a whole can improve it a lot. And I want to do something for it. And I want to work on
Okay,
helping.
so your first point is the gym renovation plan. Could you expand on this?
Okay, so currently the gym is really overcrowded and it's old and it's not been renovated in a long time. There are a lot of rusty equipments, a lot of the equipments break, many people get injured. So I want to work on that since that is a part of the sports facilities which is most popularly used, yet not, it's been set aside and not prioritized. So all the old machines I wanted to be replaced by newer ones, and I want to create a more open section to add more machines. So the crowd will be better managed.
Okay, have you talked to the gym instructors?
Yes.
Yeah.
I spoke to Vishak sir and Dipesh sir. They are the two gym instructors, and I spoke to Alok sir about this as well.
What have they said about what kinds of machines are lacking and how will they make this space?
I've put the list. It's like the leg extension machine that's rusted and it keeps breaking. There's like a central machine system which comprises of like 6 machines, from which 4 of them are always non-functional. So I'll have that replaced by like 3-4 newer machines, which will have like chest press machine, tricep push down, shoulder
Okay,
press.
how would you get the money for this?
It'll come from the SAC ledger.
Have you ran all the numbers?
I've been given an approximation. They told me unless I'm an official member of the CSA, they cannot give me the official numbers. But based on the approximation, it works. And I discussed with sirs saying like the feasibility of all of it, and they said it would be fine.
Okay.
Where will the new equipment go? Like, where's the space for it? The hip abductor, chest press.
Okay, so the cardio machines which are there right now, I will have them shifted at the badminton viewing gallery, which will open up a lot more space for a lot more machines.
Okay.
Are you planning to put the punching bags in the gym?
Yes.
Where exactly would they go?
Near, like when the cardio station is shifted in the corner over there, there's enough space. I spoke to the sirs about this, the gym trainers.
Okay.
Your second point is that you will be making a new calisthenics gym.
Yes.
Where will this be located?
This will be it'll be next to the kabaddi court and like the football ground. There's a lot of,
Keep going.
there's like a lot of open space there. I discussed this with Alok sir, and for the infrastructural plans I discussed it with AK Patil sir, and he said it is feasible.
And this is again from the SAC ledger?
Yes.
Have you talked about the exact machines because equipment? Because some of these sound very infrastructurally impressive, like climbing ropes. Like, don't you need a lot of height for that? And
Okay, so it'll be on a concrete base. There's a calisthenic rig. It's just like one big unit which will have all this equipment along with it. So.
Is there no safety concerns as to if you let's say you're climbing and if you fall, for example, you're falling on hard concrete, wouldn't that
It's
be
not hard concrete.
The
There'll be
mats.
mats over it, rubber mats. Those will dampen the force.
Okay, and will this be out in the open?
Yes. So it'll be open
Wouldn't
24/7.
the rubber mats degrade very fast?
No,
if
they
it's
don't.
out in the open.
The high quality rubber mats don't degrade even under rain and moist weather and all those constraints. It still doesn't.
What about things like the calisthenics belts, or you wanted like a landmine? From what I understand, landmines there's a weight attached to it, and you have to press it.
Yeah.
It your shoulders. So do you not think that you need a place to store the weights? Which is why the gym is indoors.
I've kept a weight station in the agenda as well. Like with the calisthenic rig, there'll be a station for like a small amounts of weights, not like too many as much as the gym, with like belts and stuff so people can do weighted exercise as well.
And how does one unlock it?
It'll be open.
So how do you know that once someone's done with their workout, they'll put it back in?
I mean, first of all, those are going to be heavy plates and nobody has any use of them. Nobody will plan to steal it. There are cameras everywhere as well. And if in case something like that arises, you can always just put a chain lock and have it locked at night and open it in the morning.
Okay.
And if people wanted to steal weights, they could steal the light dumbbells and all of that from the gym as well, but nobody really does that. So.
There's no camera, so you want to plan, so just in case the safety is a concern, you're planning to implement security cameras in that open area?
No, there are cameras at the hostels and everywhere, so people cannot just take the weights and go to the room. And it's just weight plates, so nobody's going to care about them. Nobody wants to steal them. There's no incentive for them to do so.
Okay, you also said that you will make sure that a new calisthenics team is made.
Yeah.
Why do you think there's a need for that? What is the need for that?
There are a lot of people in our campus who train calisthenics and they lift really impressive amounts of weight, like competition level. So if they are interested, I spoke to Alok sir regarding this as well, and he also believes we have a lot of promising candidates. So if they're interested, we can form a budding team, and if they perform well, then we'll have them.
Are calisthenics
proper
competitions like really widespread? Like, do colleges host competitions, or is it like
Few
open?
colleges do, but it's mainly like a state and a regional thing. And like recently, only the nationals was held in Goa only.
Okay.
So Goa is like pretty popular for calisthenics contests.
And then just to clarify, when you talk about competitive calisthenics, one is of course just the weight you're doing, so like weighted pull-ups, and
Yeah.
others they also have like freestyle, no? Where
Yeah.
like, so you want to make a team for all of these.
We'll start with the popular ones and then see as how the demand is and how the players are and whether they want to participate and whether they're promising in those fields.
All right.
Okay, and have you, like, is there any rudimentary plan as to how, like, the coaching with Alok sir will happen?
Alok sir said that he used to train calisthenics and he used to be a coach for calisthenics as well. So he only recommended that he would coach them so it would be easier. And since the location is next to the kabaddi court, it makes it easier for him as well.
Okay. But, okay, after this happens, if this happens, you will be responsible for then 2 teams. The weightlifting team, like the powerlifting team, and the calisthenics team as well.
I will not be a part of the calisthenics team. There will be a designated captain like any other team.
Okay, you want to introduce the protein-specific eatery, right? So, what is your plan for it, basically?
Okay, I spoke to the vendors at RC about it. I showed them a menu, like a sample protein menu, which I got from Protein Aisle at BITS Hyderabad, and they were on board for the idea. And I even discussed this with Meenal ma'am, who's a part of the contracts committee, and Sailesh sir, who's the joint registrar, about the menu. They were fine with it, and they agreed that the protein requirement is an issue of our students, and since every member is on board, I think it'll be easy to implement it.
Could
It
you
says
like
here you were planning on making a new eatery, but now you're saying that you're just going to collaborate with RC.
Okay, so initially at the time when I was making the agenda, I was a little bit unsure whether it would be feasible or not, but later on, like recently in the last couple days, I've been having the talks with Meenal ma'am, and I've been able to convince her.
Okay, so
to
now
make it.
the point is that you are going to be doing it with RC.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate a bit more on, so you're talking about it's slightly inspired from that of BITS Hyderabad. Could you explain like what's their, is it just like a normal restaurant or?
It's like a small stall they have where they give like really good quality food and it tastes really well for really affordable prices, and it's like really loved among the students there. And even when we went there for interbits, most of the teams, if you see a contingent group, everybody was just requesting to have something like this on our campus as well.
Is it like a sit-down restaurant or is it like a
No,
caravan?
it's not a sit-down restaurant.
So it's just a
like,
stall.
Yeah, it's a stall.
As far as I'm aware, this was tried with the Amul cafe
Yes.
next to Subsport,
Yes.
but that didn't work out.
Yeah. They only implemented rice bowls, and since the location is not that convenient for students because most people would be from A side or C side and only few from D side could take it on the way. Since RC is central towards all the sports facilities, near the gym, near the grounds, near SAC, near all of that, it's more convenient for the students to go and eat from there.
All of these points that you're telling me, have you like talked to people and they've told you this is the reason that, oh, the Amul protein initiative, it failed?
I spoke to the owner of RC and this was one of the main reasons he told me, since he is in close contact with the Amul people as well, the vendors there. So he told me that this was the main issue.
So if not this, the protein's obviously like a big problem for a lot of people on campus. But additionally, there have been many attempts, like what he was saying, by that of Amul. There have also been like these student WhatsApp groups, or one by INS also WhatsApp groups, to sell either bowls or some sort of form of like high protein meals. Like, why do you think that these stop, including the mess as well, the protein menus?
So one of the main issue with that was the convenience. Like they had to go at a fixed time to collect it. It wasn't very feasible because maybe somebody has some work somewhere, they cannot go at that time to collect it. And even the quality with the mess especially, like I've spoken to a lot of people, they said one of the main reasons they don't prefer eating that because the quality isn't that good there.
What about cost? Because if you want quality to be high, you might have to run on cost. Is there anything Hyderabad does on this that we have not done yet?
I have managed the cost. I have rough estimates. It isn't that costly, but like if you prefer other options like air fried foods or stuff like that, that will increase the taste while keeping the cost low.
Do you have any rough estimates on the cost or like the macros of the food?
I mean, I have the whole menu. Do you want me to discuss everything or?
I mean, you
just
can
a
give us
rough
Just a
like
few
some
examples,
examples.
like bowls if you have, or sandwiches, anything.
Okay, sandwiches, like cost would be around like 150 to 200, and that would have like a lot, like 50 to 60 grams of protein. There'll be even smaller versions of it, which will be like around 100 rupees. Protein shakes, like the plant protein would cost like 50 rupees for like a 25-30 gram scoop. Like whey protein would cost around like 90 for a scoop.
Your next point was the powerlifting gym. Where would this would be built in the viewing gallery?
Next to the viewing gallery, there's a small like box which has enough space just for like 3 machines. So which is perfect for powerlifting since there are only 3 machines used for it.
So it's currently being built, no? Like
they've just ordered the like the squat rack and the deadlift platform. They don't have a bench and they've just stored it there. It's been there for 2 months. It's never been in use. And I don't want it to be like the calisthenics stuff which Shlok Bhaiya got, which has been in the viewing gallery for like 2 years now and nobody's done anything with it. And as of right now, they were trying to shift it to the current gym, and they had some space issues, so they're not sure what to do with it, and so it's been on hold for a few months.
I actually wanted to ask about that. So there used to be an old calisthenics area there, right? Why do you think that like stopped? Like, what makes you think that now, if you put it in the open area, more people will go there versus they didn't go to the old area?
I mean, when Shlok Bhaiya got the calisthenic equipment to a gym, he got stuff which was movable, and like the wheel, for example. Like people used to just mess with it and move it all across the gym, and it caused issues with that. This is like an installed rig which cannot be moved around, so that wouldn't be an issue. And it just created a mess.
Okay. He also planned to make a separate cardio station, right?
Yeah.
So you've discussed with this with like whom have you discussed this with?
I discussed this with Alok sir and the gym trainers.
And they agreed to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Then after that in your agenda, there's a bunch of stuff about maintaining the courts, the field, and so on. Do you know how often, like for example, the football field gets leveled? Is it like inconsistent? Is it hard to get it done? Or
so the thing is, they claim to have it regularly done, but the captains have told me that it doesn't really happen that way. It only happens when the captains approach Santosh Bhaiya, who's in charge of maintaining the fields.
So how do you think that what role could you fill here that will make sure that the frequency will increase?
I will make sure to regularly check in with the captains and make sure that the workers like regularly keep it trimmed, because this wasn't a priority for previous sports secretaries. That's why it was left.
Okay. Then about basketball courts, you suggested the cushion.
Yeah.
That's like a very popular suggestion. But why do you think like it has not happened? Because it seems something that could have been done, but it hasn't happened.
It is very easy to be implemented, but it just didn't happen because it wasn't a priority on anyone's list earlier on.
Okay, I had a question about the powerlifting gym.
Yeah.
After it will be built, will all the powerlifting team activities be shifted there, or?
No, it's open for everyone.
But like you know how like in the gym from 10 to 11, like technically it's reserved for the powerlifting and like sports teams.
It used to be like that in Shlok Bhaiya's tenure, but in the last year it's been open for all.
Then what about crowding for that? How will you manage if it's open for all? Because there's only 3 main platforms, no? So it's one for squat, deadlift, and you said there's going to be a bench as well.
Yeah.
So how will you manage that?
I mean, currently at the gym we already have 1 squat rack, we already have 3 benches, and we already have a place for deadlift. So we are just making it easier. Right now, if it's causing like only like once in a while, there'll be few people who'll work in and stuff. So it's essentially just adding more machines to what already exists. So it's not really going to be an issue.
Okay. Some students face like a lot of problem in SAC, like the functioning of SAC washrooms and like water cooler issues and all that. So that's not in your agenda, I see.
I have put it below about the water coolers.
Repair of the water coolers, yeah.
Yeah, but like when like we talk to people, we've heard a lot more complaints about like the toilets. Like we heard in some cases the female toilets were just locked. So I mean, I'm just saying like we feel that the repairs of the water coolers is like not on a lot of people's priority in SAC problems.
See, for the washroom, I spoke to Alok sir about it. What I've put in the agenda is what I'm 100% sure is feasible. Sir said that this is an issue and we will work on it, but he didn't tell me like this is definitely something we can fix. So I didn't want to put something which I wasn't totally sure is doable.
Okay, about the black side screen on the cricket ground. Some people have already, they tell us that they've already seen a black side screen on the cricket ground.
No, that was something temporary. They had to do like a makeshift, and this is what the captain has told me himself. Like
Okay.
they had to make a makeshift thing last minute, trying to figure things out because they were not provided with all of the equipment they needed.
Then also there was things regarding about how you're gonna have more, I think, squash grips and other general sports equipment for the general body. Like how you're going to ensure the maintenance of that, like make sure that it doesn't get damaged, people don't take it, and so on.
So usually, like right now, the procedure to take it, like the balls and all of that stuff, is there is a storage unit. They have to take a sign, and with that, they are given like a ball, or if they need a football or something like that. So when they return it, they have to sign it. So you know if somebody steals it, and naturally balls will wear and tear over time. So that is something that is bound to happen, which is why you need to regularly keep stocking it over the years.
Okay, in your responsibilities as a sports secretary, you talked about how you would ensure that first year students or like just students in general would get makeup fast.
Rather than that, I wanted to have a system where the captains give me a tentative date of all the competitions that take place and submit it to AUGSD and the ICs earlier before they make the handout. Because right now the main issue with getting makeups is that the ICs are informed very like last minute, so they cannot adjust the times for the quiz because the room bookings and all of that is already done. So if they're informed earlier on, they can book a time which doesn't clash with most people.
But other sports competitions decided that much in advance, like are they decided? So if it's before the course handout, it's just before the semester starts. Some sports fairs happen in the middle of the semester. Are those dates confirmed like 2 months before?
Tentatively, the dates don't change more than like 5 to 10 days max, so it won't shift much.
Then you had issues about reimbursements. Is this a common issue among the sports teams?
This was an issue that happened this time because the bus for the interbits was sponsored, but the flights, since it was the first time they were planning to reimburse flights, there was a little issue because they didn't have a proper system in place, and verification and all of that took a lot of time.
So how do you plan to fix these specifically?
I mean, this was a issue with the system, and now since they've already done it, they understand the procedure, so it won't be an issue again. It was the first time they were doing it this year, that's why it was.
And then you said under your responsibilities that you want to make sure any relevant equipment or facilities are assigned. Could you elaborate? So like if there's a team that requires a facility and someone else is already using it, like the general body, you plan to give priority to the team and make like a schedule or something?
Could you repeat what I mentioned?
Sorry, let me be a bit more clear. You said in your responsibilities that you'll ensure the general body and the teams, like the equipment and facilities, any problem with respect to it, you'll tackle it swiftly.
Yeah. By that I mean like the balls and all of that, because right now for football, for example, they're not been giving balls. Alok sir is telling them not to because they don't have a proper procedure, and sir is having some issues with it because the balls are old and few of them like burst and all. So I'll just fix all of that by getting new inventory, so that won't be an issue.
Do you have any like plans to like for SAC 2.0 to do something differently, because this has been on the agenda for many candidates like since the past 3-4 years?
So the thing with SAC 2.0, like it was a project that started in 2020, but only last year was it actually approved, but money has been set aside for it for a long time, and I've not been informed much about it because they said until I'm like an official CSA member, they cannot discuss the financials and the plannings about it because they don't want it going on.
And with the swimming pool?
Same thing with the swimming pool. They told me like, it's not a part of SAC 2.0, but they told me like all of this they will be comfortable discussing only if and once I become sports secretary.
Okay, you talked about the dispersion of team jackets and jerseys.
Yeah.
What, like how is it done right now, and what are the problems that are in place?
So right now they go to like a few vendors, get like prizes, they get like sample jackets and all of that.
Who are they?
The sports advisory committee, which includes Alok sir and 4 other members, the sports secretary, and they get samples, they test it out, and they discuss it, and it's done through PRO as well. So they sample it, and then officially when they feel like based on the budget and quality, whichever vendor is the best, they will have the order placed to them through the purchasing unit.
Okay, and like what is the problem that you'll fix? You said that you will ensure that they are it's carried out smoothly and quickly. But recently, like there have been hiccups in the dispersion of team jackets and jerseys.
So this time, what mistake they made was the data for the teams were taken earlier the semester, and then they got samples, and then they went through the procedure. But then the team sizes and more inductees were there, more people left the team, and those numbers weren't accounted for. So I'll make sure that mistake doesn't happen again.
Okay. Has work started already on the swimming pool? Do you know?
No.
Are they planning to? Like, have you talked to anyone?
The construction work hasn't started yet. I spoke to Alok sir, but it has been approved. So
Just okay, approved.
Do you have any information on the swimming pool?
I've not been told. They told me they'll only tell me once.
Okay.
Where will SAC 2.0 be if it were
It's
to
an
be?
extension of the current SAP.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay. Do you guys want to ask anything else?
Yeah, so we had gotten a comment from one of the sports team's captains that whatever prize money they win from certain fests, it does not get redistributed back to players. And they had a slight problem with this because in other colleges, like they redistributed back to players. So is this like a problem that you want to solve?
I'm not completely aware of this issue, so I will not comment on anything.
Okay, but would you like if
I will discuss it. I will talk to the people regarding this and see what the problem is, and if it's something that can be fixed, I will definitely work on it.
Do you want to add anything to your agenda or clear anything?
I mean, I've only put the stuff which I'm 100% sure is feasible because I've spoken to all the members regarding this, like the people who will have to approve and sign, who signs I need. So that's all I've put. There are other plans which I have, but I do not want to make any promises which I'm not 100% sure of, which is why I've not put them here.
All right. Great. Okay. Okay. We're done. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.